Hey there, magic makers. Happy Monday. How will we lean into this week? How will we manage to skate and glide and flow between the magical and the practical? Well, I'd like to offer a potential answer. I'd like to offer one of many answers to give you a chance to find yours. So usually these days we're doing one magic word a week, right? One sort of prompt to get you thinking about the magic in your life. This week, I think we need a pair. Inward, outward. Because the first thought, of course, is that we live in a both and also universe. In our quest to break down dualities and separation, we also stand in a sense of this and that. As above, so below. Unity comes from seeing things not as a pair of diametric opposites, but as an understanding that we live in a both and also universe. So to that end, I offer you inward, outward. I offer you these words as a double-sided invitation to do both and be both. Now, I am recognizing right now that I really am being called inward. I need to find a way to tune in to that still, small, sovereign voice inside me that is anything but small. She's in fact as wide as the entire universe, but my goodness, she's quiet sometimes. When she is trying to speak against the whole blare of the universe, against the entire Twitter feed and the Facebook news feed, she becomes very quiet. And it's hard for me to hear her and tune into her and to recognize the wisdom. I need to tune inward. And in so many ways, this feels like exactly the wrong thing to do. If you notice, I always sit with the poster from the 2008 Barack Obama campaign in my office. Politics, American politics, is something I was raised on. It was my mother's passion. And as I was telling my coach just this morning, being politically engaged engages my intellect. And that's really important to me. And I lose myself in there. The part of me that talks about magic and sovereignty and divine sacred connection to Celtic myth and to the deepest stories within us, that part of me is not seen in the political arena. It's not seen by the political folk I follow on Twitter. It's something I set aside as, oh, that's just my little magical stuff. I do that, but really I'm here for the real stuff, the politics that matter to everybody. Oh, talk about an illusion. There's a million reasons for it. Political matters do make a tremendous difference in our lives. Look what's happened in the last 3.5 years, 4 years. And yet, overly focusing on the outer, on the blow by blow of each political day, of what's happening in the polls, it's eroding my ability to write, to make magic, to show up in a conversation and be truly present. And so I'm taking this invitation right now to find my magic in the inside, to turn inward. Now, I also want to lay it out there that you may be on the other side of this. You may be experiencing hay fever, like me, or whatever we call seasonal allergies in the fall. You may be really realizing that this is your moment to step out because you have been so focused on inner work. Maybe the pandemic has forced you really to turn in on yourself and fold in, and you need the other side. By all means, I celebrate that need to look outward, to be sending texts and letters to unlikely voters and try to get them to the polls. Volunteering for your candidate, if you're in a swing state especially. Yes, if that's how you're going to find your magic right now, turn outward. Don't lose yourself in the Twitter streams and the day-by-day blow-by-blows. Chances are you're not employed by a political campaign and you don't have to do that. Your magic lies elsewhere. How will you access it? Look inward in order to understand how you need to act outwardly. Your magic is always going to be sourced from in here, from your own sovereign sense of self and spirit. I'm going to be doing more work to dive in, to listen close, and that's in service to all of us. I'd love to know how you're going to make magic this week. Let me know. Mwah.